Howdy, everybody. Pretty excited. Welcome to this week's edition of the Flight Plan, and I hope everybody had a wonderful Thanksgiving. We had a great 4 days. Had some time to reflect on some things. We had a wonderful time with family. It was a blessing to be able to take some time away from the day-to-day grind and really just kind of focus on the things that are really, really important. Earlier today, I also shared that, which I thought was kind of interesting, some of the things that I was thinking about, and it was funny. It's like who you surround yourself with matters became a kind of a focus of mine, and I feel like we're putting together a wonderful group of people. This particular network, our Fly Like an Eagle network, is something that Brian and I have been looking forward to putting together for a really long time. It's starting off small, but our goal is to continue to grow this, and throughout the 2024 year. The goal between our personal business and the business that we can share with other agents becomes super important. Hold on a second, I'll turn this. The goal of the Fly Like an Eagle network is to create this collaborative effort for agents to help each other grow. Who you surround yourself with really, really does matter. And at the end of the day, it takes a village. It takes a village to be a business owner. You need support. You need people that are going to applaud you when things go well. You're going to lift you when things go bad. And again, my goal with this flight plan is to kind of share my experiences of 20 years being in the real estate industry. But as I'm putting systems in place for 2024, I want to share those with you. I think it's important to have goals. It's important to fill our calendars. It's important to have plans and systems in place. And so this becomes kind of the end all be all of an opportunity how we can put these things in an orderly fashion, and hopefully we can come up with some really cool things to share with everybody. I want to thank a good friend of mine, the mortgage girl, Tammy Goodman. She's been a really good, valuable resource for some things and helping me put some of this together. So thank you, Tammy. And if you guys are ever looking for any kind of mortgage support, just questions, just reach out to Tammy. She's a wealth of knowledge, been doing this for a really long time, understands the mortgage business as well as anybody that I've ever met, and is genuine about the support levels of where she wants to see her clients win. And that's her clients are your clients. And at the end of the day, making sure that we're navigating the mortgage business the way we should becomes something that's, I don't know the word I'm looking for here. It's super important. Rates are important. The challenges of finding the right mortgage professional to help you through this is more important than ever before. When rates were low, it kind of felt like it didn't really matter, just get the job done. Well, now getting the job done is so much more important because there's so many options out there, and you need to partner up with the right mortgage professional. So if you need some assistance with that, please reach out to Tammy, and I'll give you all of her information here at the end of the deal, or I'll add it into the chat. So Tammy Goodman, our mortgage girl. So thank you so much, Tammy, for doing this. This past week, I was trying to determine or look through some things for how I could be better at Facebook promotions. And so I did some research on, I did what most paid people do. I go in and I start plugging in, what's the best method to use, how to use Facebook as best you can for generating leads. And so it kind of came back to Facebook and TikTok, I think, are the things that I want to personally focus on. Some people may want to focus on Instagram. I know there's a lot of people having some success on Instagram. That's wonderful if you are. This is probably a very similar thing that you can do with Instagram. For me, I'm big on Facebook. I spend a ton of time on Facebook and even Twitter evenly for getting some good information from Twitter to share. And I'll share how that's important. But as I was Googling how to be better at Facebook, I came up with a website called wishpond.com. And I'm going to walk through this one particular blog post because I thought it was pretty relevant to the things that were going on. It was probably more relevant than in any of the other sites that I saw. And I thought that it was simple, it was easy to use and to read. And I think implementation on this becomes something that's pretty cool. So I'll share the link here, but it's wishpond.com, and it was using Facebook for real estate. And so if you kind of look and go through all this stuff, and I'm going to go through all this because I'm going to give them credit for coming up with this blog post, because it's really, really interesting and it's got some good stuff. But I thought what's cool is that, obviously with Facebook marketing, we need to make sure that we have an active business page, not a personal profile, but an active business page, because our marketing efforts on the business page is what's going to drive our leads. This is where we can promote and post all kinds of different content. And then we can share it to profiles. We can share it to wherever we want. But we have to think about Facebook as being a website. If you were to create a blog post or a blog site, Facebook is the perfect place for that. So marketing your efforts on Facebook are super, super important because it's indexable, it's searchable, and Google will point to Facebook. They used to not do this, but they will point to Facebook posts now that will help you with generating content. So create your personal business page. That is super, super important. I've got a couple of them. I have one for our team, which is Texas Rockstar Group, and you can find that on Facebook. But I also, several years ago, created a personal business page. So I have my Rick Raanes profile. That's where I want to share a ton of fun stuff. It's things where I can really be just me. I can share the things that I enjoy, whether it's football, family, funny things. I can share my personality when it comes to that on my profile. Now, my business page, my Rick Raanes Realtor page, is where I want to be more specific about the things that I'm doing as a real estate agent for my personal business. And then our Texas Rockstar Group business page is what I'm utilizing as my approach for our team page. Is where I want to share more of industry statistics. I want to share a lot more about local market tips. My Rick Raanes Realtor page is where I'm sharing and documenting things that I'm doing personally as an agent, not so much of the things that are going on in the community. Texas Rockstar Group does that. But marketing on Facebook is really worth your time. And I think it's something that every agent should be focusing on for 2024. I feel like there's some great information that I'm gonna share here with you that this website shared as to why you should be using Facebook as a real estate agent. Facebook is actually becoming a lot easier to use and navigate. The suggestions that they have are pretty phenomenal. It's interesting that close to 70%, this is really cool, 70% of Americans of adults have a Facebook account. So that's a lot. Now, they may not be coming to it every day, not as many hours a day as I am, but they do have an account and they do check it, and Facebook will continue to market those. And it's interesting, the average person spends 35 minutes a day on Facebook. So we're not watching as much television. We're not watching the news. And so we've basically shifted a lot of that type of time consumption from that to what I will call the timing of information and absorption on Facebook. So 35 minutes a day is the average. Ironically, my phone told me the other day that I spend about 3 to 4 hours a day on Facebook, but I'm looking for things, and a lot of different things I'm doing, I hope are helping me build my business. And here's another interesting thing that they shared on this wishpond.com site. It says 45% of people say that they have viewed a home online before viewing it in person. So the more we can share on our business page about specific types of properties, we can share local information. People might be moving to a location from another area of the country, and they're searching specifics about homes in a particular area and specifics that they would like to see in their home purchase. And they view a ton of properties, and then that's when they start the process of reaching out to the real estate agent to help them unlock the doors. So it's pretty interesting to see how the numbers of people shopping online versus 20 years ago drastically changed. But what's important is that people see what they like, and then they want to see it in person. So anyway, so here's what we want to do. 5 steps to finding and winning more real estate leads on Facebook. So number 1, Again, we talk about creating the Facebook business page. It's super important that you have that. And then now that we put the Facebook page together, you want to make sure it's got how to find you. That's your personal business website. This is where people that are searching for things, they want to know how they can reach you, whether it's direct link to your website. More importantly, make sure that you have your phone numbers and a good email address in the about section for your business page. Super important to have that type of content information. Next is we want to create and post free content. Now, quality content. We want to make relevant content. We want this to be information that's about your area. Talk about it a lot. Talk about the businesses that are in place. Talk about the schools. This is where you can share the success of the schools. You can share the things that are going well. Whether, talk about how the high school is doing well at specific sports or other types of curricular activities. This is where people will want to learn more about where they want to live. It's important to do this. And so how do you find this out? I created a Google Alerts. And so if you want to learn more about this, go to Google and search alerts and create an alert page. What this will do is that anytime something's posted online and it shares specific keywords, it will send you an alert that a particular website has shared some information. And you can use this to create the content. This is where you can come in and say, hey, this particular individual did this, or this town did this. The high school did this. Tons of things that you can search, and they'll send that to you daily and letting you know what's going on in your town. Great way to create content that use content that others are creating to share on your business pages. And so on your business page, think about this. You want to make sure you have an 80-20 rule with your content. You want to make sure that 80% of your content is relevant to real estate, but not specific real estate. And what I mean by that is what's relevant to your community. This is where you talk about the high schools and all the different things. You talk about the great things that are going on. What are some of the things that people can do outside of just work to live in your community? What do the parks look like? What are the activities? Are there Christmas light shows? Are there holiday tours? Are there 4th of July celebrations? Those are the things that people are interested in. That's the type of stuff that you need to be sharing on your business page. 20% of it should be shared to what we want to call a gated or a forced registration website. Now, this goes back to your personal site where you're sharing your IDX feeds. It's where you share your open houses. It's where you share your 4-bedroom homes priced under a certain point that have a 3-car garage and a swimming pool. This is where you share that part. So think about it this way. For every single post that you share about a open house or a just listed or anything else, you need 4 other pieces of material that's going to drive traffic to your Facebook page. Now, this is where you create subscribers. This is where you create followers, because people want to know more about what's going on in their communities. And by doing that, you want to make sure with every post, you've got specific hashtags so that you can remember if a client asks you about certain things, you can say, oh yeah, look, I can share this with you. Go in and put in that keyword that's relevant to the item that you posted. And then you can share that Facebook link with someone else through a text message or through an email. There's a great way for them to then start to like and follow your pages. Reels are wonderful. Do that on TikTok and share that reel that you create on TikTok onto your business page. So tons of how-to type stuff, how to choose the best mover, what's the best doing it? Do you want to do it by container, or do you want to have people come and pack your house for you? What's the best ways to get your house ready for sale? Other things that are very relevant, and a lot of people ask when they're renovating their property, how will this impact the resale of my property? So sharing tips like that, where people can realize the things that they're going to do to update their property, then they'll know whether or not that update is actually adding value or potentially decreasing the value. Those are the types of things that you want to share that's part of your 80%. But again, make sure on that business page, if they do see something they like, how do they find you? It's super, super important. And please, please, please make sure you're adding a ton of video content. Just go out, shoot some reels and post that. Good stuff to do. The next piece in all this, let me scroll down here a little bit, as we talked about this, is this gated content. And you can create through a property alerts. Hey, here's great properties in Woodlands zone to this, or in your town zone here. And when they click to see that list of properties, they have to give some type of information away. That's the forced registration side of things. Make sure they're giving you a name, a phone number, and an email, and then you give them the information. We use a product called Listings to Leads, and there's a ton of PDF products in there. There's probate questions that people have. There's a PDF guide that will help walk them through probate. There's unfortunately some divorce issues that are happening. So if someone's going through a divorce, you can say, going through a divorce, here's how to navigate a home sale if you were going through a divorce. Again, forced registration type stuff. Interestingly enough, the number of newlyweds typically will buy their home as a married couple within the first year. And that's a big number. That's almost 70% of newlyweds will buy a new home. So even if they're coming from previous marriages and they combine their marriages, they're typically going to buy another home. So my fiance, Jen Steele, and I are looking at what we're going to do for us once we get married and what home that we want to have as a home that's direct for us. So we fit that demographic very well. We will be newly married and we will buy another home, and we'll do it within the first year. So there's some things that you can do to find those individuals, and you want to make sure that you're having forced registration for them when you give that type of information to them. So they call that gated content. There's a gate. They've got to fill this out to open the gate to the content. Pretty cool stuff. Then you want to make sure you're promoting this. You need to be boosting it. Come up with some type of a budget for your real estate marketing. I don't care if it's $50 a month or it's $5,000 a month or somewhere in between, but create that budget. It's super important to have a constant feed of your information being put in the faces of people that are on Facebook. Super important to do that. And then somewhere down the line, in the next couple of weeks, we're going to talk about how to download your email addresses, your target audience. It could be past clients, it could be friends and family. It can be a lot of different things, but you can actually download an audience to your business page and you can direct market to that specific audience. Facebook will also create, if you ask it to, a lookalike audience, which I think this is actually pretty cool. And we'll dive in how to do this a little bit deeper down the road. But basically, when you upload a list of people that you want to create a target audience for, you ask Facebook for a lookalike audience, they're going to navigate through that list and they're going to find their friends and family that best suit what that master list looks like. And then they will also show this to them. So it kind of increases your chance of what I'll call the ripple effect. It's the who do you know that I need to be marketing to. So I'm going to market to a specific group, and Facebook will allow me to create the next ripple or the next wave and go to that. So to their friends of their people that are in their friends list. So it's pretty cool. So sphere of influence marketing is super important. Let's see, target major life events like newly engaged or newly married. That's what we just talked about. I think that's really important. And you can do that through Facebook marketing. And I think that's really pretty cool. All right, let's see what else we got on here. Reminder, this is wishpond.com. It's a blog post. And this is Facebook for real estate. And I'll put it in here in the comments. The other thing you want to do, it says, is create a unique real estate landing page experience. So what are people trying to solve, whether it's mortgage related, whether it's finding a perfect home inspector? Those are the things that people are looking for. Now, the home inspector is going to typically come after contract. So it's great to have something that you may be able to discover if they're really planners. But most importantly, you want to make sure your landing pages are problem solving. And we've talked about this on some other flight plans, but this is, what are things people are looking for at a high level? I would say the majority of first-time home buyers are looking for 3-bedroom, 2-bath properties. So your question becomes, are you a first-time home buyer looking for your first property? We have a fantastic list of homes that are 3-bedroom, 2-bath properties in this particular zip code or this particular neighborhood. That becomes your landing page. You're solving a problem. People are looking for something. Here's the solution. That becomes another gated piece, because this is where someone's going to have to provide a name, phone number, and email address in order to see this list of properties. You may say, are you over 55 and looking for a wonderful community to live in with other very active adults that are looking for more activities to do on a daily basis? Are you recently retired looking for this type of community? That becomes your landing page. So the things that we want to do in 2024 are be better at landing page marketing through Facebook to this targeted demographic, so that we can create the forced registration or the gated experience, so that we are then going to put these new leads or opportunities or however you want to call them into our CRMs. Then our CRMs, like we talked about last week, will be part of the follow-up plan. Do we have the right campaigns? Do we have these things in place? And it doesn't matter if it's a couple of touches, but you need to be working on everybody that's in your CRM with a 33-touch program plan. I think those are super important. The other neat thing about your business page is, in addition to being able to create the ads, then you can analyze the ads. The analytics come in. How many people are seeing it? How many people per dollar are seeing it? Do I need to put a bigger budget on it to create a lower cost per click? Some things that we can do at a higher level. So wonderful things that we can do to create leads from Facebook. Also look at different types of Facebook groups to be able to market to. I think everybody should have some type of groups for the towns that they live in. Research your town, things to do, fun things to do in this particular market, great things. And if you don't find anything there, then go create it and then share it with everybody in your community and get them to be a part of it. But if you don't have something already created, join as many Facebook groups as you can, and then ask the admins how they handle business professionals and how business professionals post inside these groups. And then you can determine if that's a place that you could market to. So I hope some of this helps. This is kind of some things that we want to continue to work towards. So for us this week, I want to create 2 landing pages for an over 55 community. And I also want to create a landing page for first-time home buyers. I want to market that to specific groups. I'm currently running a $200 per month marketing budget. I want to put $50 a week approximately into marketing specific things. And the nice thing is you can start an ad, and if it's not getting you the results, you can stop it. So if it's not doing well, stop the ad, save some money, then recreate another ad for that. But at least I want to be marketing to my sphere of influence. And so one thing I haven't done is downloaded that list into Facebook, and that's on my list of things to do this week too. So hey, real quick, we talked about vision boards the other day. There's a great thing I posted in the Fly Like an Eagle network. That's a link into Canva. It's a vision board builder in Canva. I think is wonderful. My 4 pillars are going to be faith, family. Got a great tip today. So instead of business, I'm going to call it finances. Thank you, Adriana. So faith, family, finances, and fun. Those are the 4 things that I'm working on my vision board. I hope you guys will work on this for yours as well. So Inside Canva is a great spot for that. Part of my vision board and my finances is a budget for marketing. Marketing is going to be the big thing for 2024 and how we do that at a high level. So anyway, those are some great tips for this week. Create some landing pages. If you want to learn more about our program that we're using, Listings to Leads, I'm happy to share that with you. It's a wonderful program that's allowing us to market our listings along with other listings in the community by other agents. We also have the ability to create landing pages. There's a daily social media post calendar that's wonderful. Even if you did nothing else, it's a perfect system for that. It's only $30 per month, and I'd love to share that with you. So I think that's it. Again, Tammy, thanks so much for sponsoring the Mortgage Girls, sponsoring our Fly Like an Eagle flight plan. Hope you guys are having a great week. Get started off with some great things to do, and we make it profitable, we make it successful, but most of all, we make it fun. Have a great week, everybody, and have a great flight. Take care.